Hello everyone. So I'm back now, and what I'm back with, it's going to be shrimp boat. That's what I'm making, is shrimp boat. We have our shrimp, we have our potatoes, we have our chopped cilantro, and we have our minced parsley. It's already diced up in these little containers. I bought them like this because I don't feel like cutting up all this here. We have diced white onion. Not yellow onion, not purple onion, not red onion, but white onion. And we have 3 different colors of bell pepper. You don't have to have it like this. I just bought it like this because I saw it. And it could be just plain old green bell pepper. Diced up really small. Not big, but small dices. And we have sour cream. And we have Cheez Whiz. Okay? And we have butter. Okay, this is some real good butter. I love this butter. You can bake with it and everything. But it's sweet cream salted butter. If you don't want that kind, change it up. If you don't want it, change it up. And we have shredded cheese, Velveeta shredded cheese. The reason why, in case I don't have enough Cheez Whiz, I have that as a backup. So, what I'm going to do first, I'm going to rinse my potatoes. When you do them like this here, do them like this. Get your fork. Stick your holes in it like this. Just like this here. All the way around. It will do really, really good. I'm going to put all these in there and I'll be back with you and I'm going to finish doing this here. And I'm going to tell you right now, when I finish doing this, I'm going to stick it in the oven. I already preheat my oven to 400. I'm going to take these potatoes. I'm going to stick the hole in them. I'm going to put them all on here. And I have another dish in case I don't have enough room. I'm going to put them on there. And then I'm going to stick them in the oven on 400 until they get soft. And I'm going to show you what they look like. And I'll be back. So I'm going to show you how to clean the shrimp. Right up underneath is the belly. You come this way. You grab it. See? You're grabbing it just like this and you turn it all the way around. Then you come back this way and you grab it. And when you get down to the tail, just pinch it off. And it comes off. I'm going to show you this one more time. You take this, right here where the legs are. Go this way. And do it. Go this way like this and take it off. See? And take it off. And when you get all the way down to where the belly's at, where the tail at, just pinch it and pull it. Okay? You pinch it and pull it. And then another reason too why we put those holes in the potatoes, because sometimes potatoes will explode because all the moisture and the water needs somewhere to go. So when you put the holes into the potatoes like that, it has them where it doesn't explode. I don't know if you ever seen a potato explode, but they will explode on you. So that's why you punch the holes in them and put them in there. And if some people want to wrap their potato up in foil, that's good too. You can wrap your potato up in foil and put it in the oven. Okay? So I'm going to finish peeling these shrimps and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm on my last 3 shrimp. And you just see that? See how that just comes off? See, I like this here because there's 2 different kind of ways you can do it. You can take this here, pinch it, and pull it. Take this here and do it like this here. Pinch it and pull it on off. Now I'm going to show you how to devein. Get your knife. You have this line going right here. Okay, I do it this way. A lot of people, they have a lot of things out there that they can use. Now when you deveining, you take it, see this right here? This has to come out, okay? That has to come out. Take that on out just like that. Cleaning these up. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. After you finish doing this here, clean your shrimp up and things. You come over here. And we're going to cut the shrimp to where they're going to be this size. Okay? This size right here. This is the size you want it. Because every time you pick it up in a fork, you want to make sure that you get some out of the potato. Every time you pick it up, you want to get it out. Okay? So I'm going to finish cutting up all these. And then I'll be back with you. And then we're going to cook them out. Okay. So now I'm getting ready to put in my sides to cook them in here. So they can go ahead on and start cooking up in here. So I done took and put everything in here. And I'm going to let it saute up just a little bit so I can get the flavor going through the shrimp when I put them in there. So I have the onions and the cilantro and the parsley and the bell peppers. So all that's up in here cooking. Okay? So I'm just going to let it do it just a little bit. And you know shrimp kind of make a little water to it. So now I'm going to add my shrimp in there. And let this go ahead on and cook on in here. So it can go ahead on and start cooking. And what we call this here, when I told you, it was deveining. So what you do, when I was cleaning the shrimp, you devein it because it has the guts in there. And that's a digestive tract on a shrimp. So I'll be back in just a bit so you can see what it's turning out to look like. Okay, so as you can see, look at the shrimps the way they look. I have the temperature on 6 so it can go ahead on and cook up. I'm going to put me some black pepper, ground black pepper on there so the flavor can go through there from the black pepper. This is about, I say about 2 tablespoons of black pepper and about 1 teaspoon of salt, because you know that the cheese is going to have a little salt to it to make the flavor go up in there. So I'm doing this like this. And as you can see that I have my potatoes over here already cooked. Now I had these set on 400. Now you see how it feel? See that? So you know they ready. Don't let them get too soft because we want to dip all this here out of here. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish this up right here, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to cut my potatoes and everything and show you how to do it. Okay, so this is what we do. We split it down the middle, but not so far down. Then you're going to take it and push it up, push it open like this. Then you're going to dip this out, but be careful because this is going to tear real easy. So you don't want it to tear too much. So dip all this here out. Oh shoot, I'm tearing it. Ugh. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over. Dip this part right here out. Okay, then I'm going to set it back over here. Look over here and look at all the ones right here I already have dipped out. I already done dipped everything out. Okay, so we're getting ready to put the sour cream in. You want a whole one of these, a whole thing of sour cream. This is about 16 ounces right here of sour cream, which that means that's 1 pound. Then we're going to get some cheese whiz, and we're going to add that to it. We're going to get the cheese whiz, and we're going to add that to it. And when I did the shrimp and I cooked the shrimp, it was about 4 pounds of shrimp. Okay, so if you count the potatoes that I have over there, I think, let me see, 4 pounds of shrimp to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 potatoes. And if you looked and seen the size of the potatoes, that's what I had. And let me see how far this here is going to go. So I'm smashing up the potatoes with a smasher so it can be smashed up really good, because I don't want no lumps all in there, because this is not the idea of a shrimp boat. Ugh. Okay, I had to go back in here and add some more cheese. Alright, I added 1 more of these Velveeta cheese to it. Okay, and I'm going to take and put me a stick of butter in here, and I had to take and stick this pan right here in the oven to let it get a little bit more hotter. And I'm putting me a stick of butter in here because that's what I'm going to need. Okay, and now I'm adding my shrimp to this. Okay, so now we're going to take and mix all this here up together. Okay, so I done finished mixing this up. And sometimes if you think that it may be a little bit too watery, get your little thing of Idaho potatoes. The instant potatoes in a bag and things. Okay, so now we're getting ready to stuff the potato. And I have a lot of shrimps because I like a lot of shrimps in mine, because I like every time I pick it up with a fork that I have me some shrimp in there. So you're going to take it and you're going to stuff it. And you're going to stuff it. So you make sure you have a lot of potatoes in there. Okay, so now I have all the potatoes stuffed into the potato. The potato, I stuffed the shrimp potatoes back into the shrimp. This is why we call it shrimp boat. Now I'm going to take some of this smoked paprika and I'm going to sprinkle it on the top of it. Look good. But if you're taking it and fixing it for guests or anything like that, and you want shrimp boat to like show off, get you a little parsley leaf and put the parsley leaf on top of it. Okay, now I'm going to take this here, stick it in the oven, and I'm going to show you what color it's going to turn out and how long to leave it in there, and I'll let you know, because you only want to leave it in there long enough to where it's going to get slightly brown on top. Okay, so this is how it's supposed to look on the top. See? So in order for you to have your little guest, decorate it with a little parsley and watch it turn out. And it looks good when you serve it. You can serve it with a salad on the side. And see, all you're doing is just like doing a little decorations on it so it can turn out nice. And just remember the way I did it. I took the potatoes, I rinsed them off, I stuck a fork through it, then I took and baked it in the oven on 400 until it gets where you can squeeze it and it's soft. And then I took and deveined the shrimps and peeled them and sauteed them up in cilantro, parsley, onion, and bell pepper. Now, if you don't want to use shrimp, you can use chicken fajita meat. Dice it up really small and cook it up. Or you can use shredded beef or either fajita meat. You can use that, the fajita beef. You can cut that up really small, cook it up and everything in the same seasonings that I showed you. And remember, if your potatoes come out a little bit too kind of look like it's kind of a little runny, you want it to be a little bit more thicker, get the Idaho cheese potatoes in a bag and add it to it, and it'll make it a little bit more thicker. Okay, and I hope you enjoy it. The name of this here is Shrimp Boat, and I always have to leave you with something encouraging to say. Okay, listen, I notice a lot of people out here in the world, they have children, and what they're doing, you're not putting your child first. You always supposed to put your child first, because when I was a young woman and I was dating, my children always came for any man. And if a man didn't show my child some type of attention, that meant that, hey, you're not in my life. So women, put your child before anyone else, because that child is the one who is going to probably be the next president or be someone out here in the world. You're going to need that child. Okay? So, I want you to enjoy it. And again, bam!